Welcome to the Michigan Runner Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Sherline for Michigan Runner News with Gary Morgan, who is in Tokyo for the Paralympic Games, the 2021, actually the 2020 Paralympic Games in 2021. Yes. So Gary, and when we last met, we talked about you getting there and your orientation and kind of that you had short notice, but you were prepared with your airline reservations and hotels, so you were ready to go just as long as they told you you could. But today we want to talk about some of the competition. It's some you've seen and some I think you've just been able to get information about there.
Okay.
We do want to concentrate mainly on Michigan people, but a few others I know we want to talk about. So why don't we talk about it again? When we weren't recording, you and I talked a little about Scott Severn, the shot putter. I guess he did compete in discus in 2008 as well, but this time I think he's only doing the shot put.
Yeah. At least from what I saw, I did not see disc on his profile. So, and I looked, I didn't see discus on it. So he may have done it, but I didn't see it. So that's where, okay. And no other results have been on that. Didn't say, I looked up his USA team profile and there was no mention of discus.
Okay. So, and he came in 7th this time.
Yes. And interesting story, as a National Guardsman, I read up on it. He got hit by lightning back, I believe, in '89, yes. Approximately that time. Yeah. And got paralyzed, and then years later became he's an older athlete, became a shot putter, and wheelchair shot putter, and has done amazingly well. So kudos to him for having some adversity and coming back to be a Paralympic athlete. So anyway, let's move to Brittany Mason.
Yep.
Is that how you pronounce her name?
Yep, I believe so. From EMU.
Yes. Well, I was here yesterday in the morning, and I got pictures of her winning her heat, and then of course they had the final last night. I did not get a picture of her placing, but it was raining out, so the pictures. But anyway, she got second. Might have been a slight disappointment for her.
World record holder.
Yeah, world record holder, but there's no guarantees, and she still did amazingly well. She still got second, as long as you reach the podium. So, and then that's why you have the race. So she still had a great race, but somebody else was a little better, and I did not get the name of the winner. I was just looking at Brittany, and still. What? Who do you know who won it there?
I saw, but I think she is also in the 200. Has that happened yet?
I don't think so. I will find out. I can't keep up with every schedule. I will pull it up and find out here after we're done. And then we'll do you. I have not been able to keep up with some other events. We had some people you said in goal ball.
Yeah, I mean, goal ball. They have somebody from Commerce Township, John Cusco.
Now you said they made it to the finals now.
Now that I don't know. It was women's basketball is in the semifinals.
Okay.
And there's a Michigan resident, Darlene Hunter. She's a three-time Olympian. But she's also from Commerce Township.
Right. Okay. We'll just
And
we'll
two
get
two
this.
guys. I haven't found the basketball schedule either, so I was gonna have to look that up. Um, and tennis player from Hart, um, uh, Byron Byron Burton, and a taekwondo practitioner, Evan Medal from Lake Shore, which I have to admit I'm not familiar with. Um, so a few that outside of our normal interest of track and field, of course. Um, we did, as we were talking about before, um, there is one, I guess, regular Olympian who's of interest to Michiganders, Andy Potts,
Yes.
who's acted as a guide for a blind triathlete, Kyle Kuhn. Andy Potts is a U of M alum, but Kyle is from the University of Central Florida. I know he was fifth. So anything you were able to find out about them? I know you're familiar with Andy, and you have been already.
Right. I other than Andy being on the Olympic team, and obviously being from Michigan and triathlete, I don't know a lot about him, but it's great that he is still involved with triathlon. And then that athlete came out of Central Florida. Andy must be working with them out of that National Training Institute down there in the Central Florida they have there. So in Claremont. So Andy must be helping out and doing training down there with the younger triathletes. So that's great to hear he's still involved, uh, in the sport. And obviously he's staying very fit. If he is guiding someone and he's doing, when you're guiding someone, it means you got to do the whole race too. So that's great that he was able to do that. So kudos to Andy Potts for staying involved with the Olympic movement and helping the next generation of athletes to excel. So that's good to hear. That's a great side story. And if I get a chance, I'd like to interview Andy Potts somewhere down the road. I'm sure he's gone by now.
Okay. Now, so since I've talked to you, what events have you gotten to see?
Now, yesterday I went to so I'm keeping broadening my horizons when I do come to the Olympics, Paralympics. I went to yesterday after I left the track here. I went to just across the way is the Olympic gymnasium. They call it Tokyo Gymnasium. I didn't believe they used it in '64. Well, they used it again. Here it is being used for table tennis. So I went in and watched table tennis, and so it was great to see that. It's interesting. They have about 8 tables set up and games on just about every one going on at the same time. Okay. So, and they were different classes. Some were in wheelchairs, some were amputee. There was all kinds of different classes of athletes out there playing table tennis. So that was great to see that. So I watched that for an hour or two. And then from there, I headed out to swimming. Beautiful swimming venue. And that was once again awe-inspiring place. Obviously, all these were just used for the Olympics. A name that came up, Jessica Long ended up winning a 400-meter race. And I remember that name. There was obviously, she won a gold. Matt Torres, which may be the son of Dana Torres. He's out of California. He ended up winning a bronze medal. So that was great to see also. And then eventually I made my way back to the Olympic Stadium from there and watched events last night here. So, I'm making the rounds. What was interesting yesterday, after the track meet and the table tennis, because they're connected, there's a walkway. This used to be one huge complex here in 64. They had tennis courts here, some other things. Obviously, it's all changed from 64. But I walked around this area after the table tennis, and I raced here in 1985. I did my first international trip. I did a 20K walk outside of this stadium. It was the national stadium back then. They used it for the Olympics. I did a USA Russia Japanese triple dual meet. We did a 20K outside. Finally found the road where we did the 20K walk. It was a 2K loop, and we did outside the stadium alongside of a park, and all kinds of equipment there now. But just to see it again brought back a lot of memories. This is another reason why I really wanted to come here, was to see where I first raced internationally back in 1985. Of course, this is a brand new stadium built here for the Olympics, and like I said, but it's always good to go back. This much bigger and the whole deal than that stadium. But it was a nice occasion to be back here, like I'm doing everything, and so that was good. This morning, I ended up going to a museum. It was called Who I Am. It was dedicated to Paralympians. It's got lots of pictures of Paralympians. It's only been open for the Olympics and Paralympics. It closes the day after the Olympics, but it had lots of pictures. And one of their big swimming stars here is Kermie, and he was a blind swimmer. It's his third Olympics. He has won multiple medals in the last couple of Olympics, and he's got a final tonight. I don't know. I can't remember what event, but he's one of their big swimming stars. And I'm currently right now here at the Olympic Stadium, and we're just getting done with the morning session. I'll be back this evening. They usually have a morning session from 9 to 12, give or take, and then an evening session from 7 to 10.
So that's just what the regular Olympics did.
Do the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's typical of most track meets.
What's the weather like?
Oh, now the weather today, it's cooled off yesterday and today. It's become a little cloudy, and it's dropped probably into the 80s. Probably just a little over 80, 82, 83. The first day I was here was a scorcher. It must have been 90 degrees, and the humidity was 90%. But now the last couple of days, it's gotten cloudy, and now it's pleasant, and it just sprinkled last night. So like this is perfect. Like I said, just a little above 80 degrees and cloudy, and obviously humid, but still great weather to be outside. The first day, it was well over 90, and the humidity was through the roof. Okay. So this is late August weather. They're getting ready. Fall is coming worldwide to Northern Hemisphere, so it's going to cool off here in the next few days, and goes from there. The sun comes up here real early because this is at the beginning of the time zone. I saw the sun coming up before 6 a.m. here, and so other than that, but just all the things I've done. Tonight I'm going to be going to the Olympic Cauldron. That's another interesting story. Outside here, they had the 64 Olympic Cauldron on display, so I checked that out. There's a lot of history here, obviously, because of the 64 Olympics. And just across the street, I'm going to go to that a little bit. It's the Japanese Olympic Museum. So I'm going to go check that out. That's just across the street. So I'm going to go see that. And, like I said, a lot of history here because of the 64 Olympics. And, of course, they hosted the 1998 Winter Olympics up in Nagano. So Japan has a rich Olympic history along with sporting events. They really love sports here. They're very active, like I said. So, and of course, I've been here many times. So this is my 5th time being in Japan and Tokyo doing different things. So I always love coming here. And but other than that, we'll keep you up to date on a few more athletes. Two athletes I'm looking to cover yet. I'm going to pull the results up. Is the great cyclist Tatiana McFadden. Now, I don't know. I'm sure she's raced already. I will pull up some of her results. She is the great cyclist who's won many marathons, wheelchair marathons, and has won many Paralympic medals.
Right. She's competed quite a few times in Michigan. I know the Krem and the Burbank run.
Yep, she's been. And the other guy is Mikey Branigan, the only Paralympian to ever break 4 minutes in the mile. He got the International Paralympic Committee Athlete of the Year award back in 2018. I know his coach, Sonia Robinson. She competed the 800 in her day in the 80s. Not on the Olympic team, but a national team. So anyway, he's going to be racing Friday morning at 10 o'clock. So I will get an update on, and then I come home Friday at 3 p.m. But I've got a few tours. I'm going to the fish market tomorrow morning, and the Sky Tower, the world's largest freestanding tower at almost 1,800 feet.